Hi everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how you can actually make charts and graphs in your Outgrow interactive content. Now this is usually helpful because data tends to sink in better into people if it's actually presented in a chart or in infographic manner. And with most of our content pieces like calculators and quizzes and assessments, you're able to present data, the calculations that you present, the particular value you're giving, you're able to give it in a graphic form. And you can, so the good thing about that is you can show them the particular value and you can show that value over time in a graph. So it provides a more, wholesome result. So before I go to that, let me just explain to you what Outgrow does. Outgrow basically enables you to create interactive content like calculators, quizzes, recommendations, forms, surveys, chatbots, polls, contests, and assessments. These high converting, personalized, and viral experiences add real value to the customer, enable new levels of engagement, and generate helpful data that you can use to qualify and segment leads. So once you're here on your Outgrow dashboard, you can just go to templates and then search a template that's relevant for you from your industry. And once you've done that, it will just take you directly to the dashboard and open that template in your dashboard. So let me just go to the dashboard because I already have a template open. So what I'm going to show you is how we made this calculator that shows you the actual risk of dying from coronavirus based on what previous health conditions you have, what your age is, and where do you live depending on the healthcare system. So for this, we collected data from all these particular organizations, and then we showed in this graph that let me just show you a preview of what this looks like. So this is what it looks like in reality. So, someone clicks here, someone clicks this, and then, say a particular country, and then it shows you in a graph what your risk is compared to the average risk of dying from coronavirus, and then the risk from dying from other diseases. So it gives you kind of an infographic result, and this is just one example. You can use these similar kinds of graphs for showing the return of investment over time that your company can give. So you can plot this not just based on fatality rate and the type of disease, but you can do it based on time and the amount of return of investment you get over 4 months, 6 months, 12 months, so on and so forth. So to make this graph, what we basically did was we went to the chart or a table setting. So you can have a chart, which is the graph that we're talking about, or you can also just have a table, which will just show like an Excel table, show you the particular disease, and then just mention the percentages right next to it. So depending on your need, you can use a chart or a graph. It's up to you, or like a table. So these are like the options instead of image and video. So you can also just have a video here where you explain the risk. It's really up to you how we use these different kinds of media in your calculator or quiz. So if you go to edit chart, you're able to see that you firstly have many kinds of charts available, like a bar chart, a column chart, a pie chart, a line chart, scatter chart, and dual axis chart. So you can see this is how it would look in a bar chart, in a pie chart, in a line chart, and scatter chart, and a dual axis chart. But within the bar chart option itself, if you want to show if you want to, first you'll have to enter the results or the questions that you have collected into this column. So this is where the chart is being decided. So here, for instance, you can see average rate is a fixed value. So we're just going to put that here as 0.7. And these are also fixed values. But R1 is the value we calculated for that particular person and his risk of getting coronavirus. But you can also perform functions within this column itself. So you can do R1 into whatever the value for Q1 is, and that would give you a particular kind of value. So it depends on what your need is. If you need to during the graph do some calculations here, you can do that within the Excel itself, or you can actually just do the calculation in the result section. So R1 was calculated here, and the result for R1 was basically this. The formula was this, and so we got the R1, and so we've just directly been using the value for R1. So that is how the graph is made. You can edit the title of the graph from here, the name of the x-axis, the name of the y-axis, and all of that. And in addition to that, you can also change the display settings for the graph from here. So as you can see, you can do all of these. You can use multiple decimals if required. If you want to show the grid or not, you can do that. If you want to show the axis name or not, you can do that. You know, the x-axis and y-axis names. The suffixes you can add, the number of rows, number of columns you can determine. You can also change the colors from here. So it's really up to you how much customization you want to offer in these graphs. And that's basically, in short, how you can use the graphs and charts function in Outgrow. And if you do have any other questions, feel free to email us at questions@outgrow.co. Thank you.